there, Valiant fans, and welcome. This is Tyson Agler, and joining me is the new head men's soccer coach for the Manhattanville College team, head coach Kyle Dezotell. Coach, first of all, congratulations on getting the job, and welcome to Manhattanville.
Thanks. I'm very excited to be here. It's been a week, so still definitely learning the ropes, but I'm thrilled to be taking over this program.
So, Coach, let's get to know you a little bit more. What's been your coaching background? And can you tell us a little about, who you are?
Yeah. Well, I attended Middlebury College, where I had the opportunity to play for Dave Sayward, who's a Division III college coaching legend, and one of my biggest mentors now. And then post-college, just realized that a professional playing career probably wasn't in the cards, and was able to get into coaching. And I've been a college coach for the last 13 years, including 12 as a head coach at 2 years at Johnson State College, and then for the last 10 at Norwich University. But I'm excited for a new challenge, a new area for me. I've spent a lot of my life in Vermont, so to get down to New York is important, but also a good step for me.
So you mentioned you were at Norwich before here, and when the Manhattanville job came out, what really drew you to this job, and why did you end up choosing to apply for the Manhattanville opening?
Yeah, there were a few things. When I first started to consider, potentially looking for some new opportunities, I was only willing to go and take over a program that was a successful program. I didn't want to. I already had a good program at Norwich. We had a really good thing going there, and 10 years of consistent success there. So for me, it had to be something that was more or less a step up and a step in the right direction. And Manhattanville has had a good program. Coach Greg Miller is a friend of mine and a colleague of mine. We used to compete against each other back in the GNAC, and when he was the coach at Johnson and Wales. So for me, it was a couple of things. It was a move and just a new opportunity. Again, getting down, near New York City in Westchester County was exciting, and then it just had to be taking over a good program. And I know, this team had a really successful season last year, and also they return a ton of guys, so that was important. I think I'm walking into a program that's already going to be pretty well established, and hopefully can just take it another step forward.
Is there anything else you know about this Manhattanville soccer program that, like you said, has been successful?
Yeah, I think they've been a bit up and down. So one of the things I've had success with over the years is building a consistent program. So that's kind of the first goal for me. Manhattanville had a great season last year, made the playoffs, won 10 games, made a great run in the ECAC tournament to the final eventually. And I think for me, I want to have that season every year, where we're in the playoffs, competing for championships, competing for NCAA and postseason success. And with the guys we have coming back, again, that was a big thing in me making this choice. Was we're returning some really good players. Obviously, Christopher Stahl, the Conference Defender of the Year, Oscar Martinson, Robin Schaffel, I think Jefferson Santos and MJ. Those are guys that are ready to have big seasons, and certainly some other guys that are going to step up. And it's just it's a group of guys that I've met with them at this point, and I can tell they're excited and they're hungry for future success. And having a season like they had, where they had a lot of success for the first time in a couple of years, but then making a run in the ECAC tournament, I think that's huge for building momentum into the future.
So, Coach, coming into this new program, what are they going to be expecting you as a coach, and especially your coaching philosophy?
Yeah, I think anytime you take over a program, it's important to see what is there in terms of players, in terms of past systems that they've played, in terms of their own philosophies as players. Manhattanville is unique in that we have a lot of international students and a lot of international players. So kind of combining the international guys with the American kids, it'll be when I met with the team the other day, I made sure I didn't say that we're going to play any particular style or any particular system, as I think in coaching you have to adapt to what your players are capable of. But what I said about myself is I'm a coach that as a player, I was a forward. I like to score goals, and I would always rather win a game 3-2 than 1-0. So hopefully we can play an attacking style. We're going to want to have the ball. We're going to want to play fast. I know that we've got some pretty speedy, athletic guys, and we're going to certainly be looking for more in our recruiting class. But I think our style will be exciting and fun, and but ultimately, I'm a coach, and I like to win, and I was chosen to take over the program to come in and hopefully be successful and win. So we're going to do what we need to win soccer games.
You mentioned the recruiting class, always a big, important part in college athletics. Coach Miller had a very unique recruiting style going international. So what are your plans recruiting for the future of Manhattanville College men's soccer team?
Yeah, I'm a big believer that recruiting is the lifeblood of college athletics. I would potentially even argue that it's more important than the coaching side. Dave Sayward, my former college coach, when I got into this college coaching thing, he told me if you want to be a great coach, you need to have great players. And I'm a big believer in that. So for us, it's going to be first just wrapping up this year's recruiting class, which obviously with the coaching transition can be a little bit tricky. But I will say I've been really pleased in the couple of weeks that I've been working and the 1 week that I've been here with what my assistant coach, Eros Olasabo, has done. I think he and Coach Miller did a great job in recruiting, especially in recent years. In terms of the international kids, we're going to keep going after international kids because we've been able to get some of our best players that way, and some, not just our best players, but some of our best students too. Christopher Stahl, the conference player of the year, is a 3.9 GPA, and that's important to me too, the academic side of things. I come from an academic background myself, and so that's key to get kids that aren't just good players but are good students and good citizens also. But we're going to go after international kids. We're going to continue to do, to look locally, certainly in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. There's obviously a ton of talent in this area, so you don't have to look far to find good soccer players. And then an area that I've had a lot of success in is recruiting out west. So we're also going to go out and look in Arizona and California and Utah and New Mexico and Colorado, and I know that we can get some kids out there.
And finally, Coach, like you say, you've only been here for a week, but you mentioned a lot of talent coming back for the Valiants this year. So the expectations have to be through the roof for this Manhattanville team to have yet another successful season. Yeah,
obviously with any coaching transition, there's going to be some question marks. But again, the reason I chose to take over this program was because I felt like I could come in and our team could have immediate success. In my mind, I came here and we're going to compete for a MAC Freedom Championship next year. Certainly, I like the way the league is set up. I like that the regular season has a lot of importance, and only 4 teams make the playoffs, and I love that. So if you make the playoffs, that means you've had a pretty good year. So the expectation for me is to certainly be in the playoffs every year. That's something where at Norwich for the last 10 years we made at least the conference semifinals for 10 years in a row. So that's an aim for me and a goal. Kind of the first priority here is just being consistent. But yeah, I fully expect with the returners that we have and with the recruiting class, and then coming here as a coach and the staff that I'm going to assemble, I expect to compete for a championship next season.
Thanks, Coach. Welcome to Manhattanville, and good luck this year.
Thanks very much.